You ever hear people say, when I grow up, I want to be old?
Nope.
That's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah, and you just said, "I feel like talking about dying."
Let's just get into it.
All right. We're gonna start talking about some observations that we're seeing with all the elderly people in our lives and how we're considering our aging process, right? And death and
Yeah.
how to prepare for it if you can.
All right. You ready to get started?
Yeah, let's get
do
going.
it.
I'm Amy.
I'm Joe.
And we're the Rolling Rogans. Buckle up for loony midlife tales and caregiving chaos.
It's time to draw on the art of aging.
All right, let's talk about death, baby.
Let's talk about
you and me.
That could be a scary topic for sure.
Definitely.
I actually embrace getting old. In fact, I have a role model. I want to look like Pai Mei from Kill Bill,
Yeah.
or maybe even that old tortoise from Kung Fu Panda, Sifu.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that is the achievement of living a golden age, bestowing wisdom on people.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right word?
Well, we have lived an interesting life, so
Yeah.
maybe we do have a little wisdom.
Well, it's not getting cocky about it. It's
No.
not having an ego about it.
No.
But I think everybody has an experience in life, and that is each one teach one. There's even, this is really philosophical. This is good.
We're getting very philosophical today.
Microcosm, macrocosm. I mean, that's what a cell does. A
Yeah.
cell will actually be produced. It learns from what the original cell did and improve. And then so it teaches that cell and it continues on
That's
until
true.
you just decay and die.
Well, because our
Well,
cells
actually-
replace themselves every 7 years.
Right.
And I have to
By the
say,
way, do you like this new look?
that's true.
That
Well,
the cat is completely
if you're watching,
blocked out.
if you're watching on YouTube, our Taco Cat has decided to
Yeah.
be the main center of attention, sitting right in front of the camera.
So check out my new shave. Just look at Taco. That's exactly what I look like. I look like a cat.
Taco, can you get out of the way?
Just throw some food or something. I don't know. That's not going to help. All right. Well,
Anyways.
yeah. Just imagine it as if you had cable back then and you didn't have those premium channels and it was scrambled and you're just listening to the audio.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not any different.
But he definitely likes to be around us. So
Yeah.
and he wants to sit on the computer now.
All right. As long as he doesn't start typing stuff, that's good.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I shaved.
Yes, you did.
And it's not to look younger, because
Nope.
that's the interesting thing is some people ask, what were you going for to shave?
Everybody was saying, I posted on Facebook recently, and everybody's like, you look so young. Ah.
Yeah. Like I called him my little tiny lion's mane at the time.
Yes. You haven't shaved for like 7 years, I think.
7 years.
Yeah.
And 7 years is actually about right where the body does shed a whole new skin.
There you go. So you
You're all
felt like
cells and everything.
you felt like shedding, didn't you?
Reborn.
Yeah.
Yep. Reborn because it's just a new chapter in life. I just needed to kind of feel it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like by doing that, I guess it's kind of like an affirmation to just realize that that's the past. Past is the past, and here we are in the present.
And you felt like stagnation, like you needed some kind of change to feel renewed or refreshed, right?
Exactly. It's a new refresher. And bonus, I guess I do look young, but actually it's also saving time as well.
Yes.
Because sculpting is one of those things that I have to wake up and I mean, I really look like shit when it starts to really just fill out. Like I look like I can't take care of myself.
Yes.
And personal appearance is important to me, not to what people see. It's actually me.
Yes. It's more about how you feel.
We talked about this, even waking up and making your bed
Mhm.
before you start doing your other tasks in life.
Right.
Because it just kind of trickles down. You start to get too comfortable and you start to kind of lose this discipline about yourself, about accomplishing the things and tasks in life that you want to do. Because if you can't do a simple task of making your bed,
Right.
how you do anything is how you do everything.
And self-care. So
Correct.
as we're going through this caregiving process with your mom, as her dementia progresses, you felt like you needed some self-care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which you sent me the picture and I came running out and I just kiss you all over because
Apparently you couldn't wait for that.
No.
You were like, oh my God, it's 7 years and I finally get to kiss my husband. And it's not sandpaper.
I'm sorry, I don't really like
What is sandpaper,
tasting your
actually?
coffee mustache and
Yeah.
things that you've eaten. But the funny thing too is that your mom and Celeste and
None of them
nobody-
figured it out.
Nobody noticed.
We were waiting.
for like 2 days.
Right. And I think it was somebody that's not in my family that actually noticed it right away.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting. That was like, yeah. Because I always get into that trap of, what do you think of my hair? Like, it's always you're supposed to, oh my God, it looks so amazing. Look how beautiful you are. You're glowing. The colors.
Well, this is a topic that's very in our face right now because your mom is so concerned with her appearance.
Vanity. It is complete vanity.
Way past. I don't think that's all dementia either.
Right. Well, I mean, that basically, when you say, like, when I grow up, I want to be old.
Right.
Like, well, you are going to get old. It
you
is
can't
just
stop
inevitable.
it. Yeah. And this is actually where the topic of all this came from, is some of the conversations that we've been having with your mom and Celeste and your mom's boyfriend and some of the older people. We have a lot of older people in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to pay attention to what we're going to be like. Even in professional scenarios, you look at the person that's 20 years in the career that you want to go and what you have to do to get there, or how it looks like. Is that really the path you want to take?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we were getting philosophical this morning. Is this the path we want to take? Your mom's or Richard's, or like,
or the old wise man with a staff? That's a sensei. That's a master that just walks around with a staff, not a cane, not from CVS, not an anodized same color as every other old people that you see. I want to stick out. I want to be.
You want your bow staff.
I want my bow staff.
Yeah.
2 or 3 purposes. I can kick ass with it. I can actually get up. I can actually use it to get things.
Right.
And I can look really wise. And maybe that will kind of impact somebody that is younger than me to open and ask questions.
Or like the Tesla farts, you just fart and make them laugh.
Exactly.
Like yesterday at the restaurant.
That was hilarious. My mom didn't think it was funny because she was in front of her boyfriend.
So we went on a double date last night with her boyfriend and
But the kids waiting to sit down, like that were outside waiting for to get called for their seat to be ready. I just kept just pressing the button on my phone because there's like 5 different farts, and I cycle. It happens random. And there's that one fart that's kind of like the squeak of air with the tight butt cheeks. I mean, come on, a car doing that? That's got to make you laugh.
So Mr. Old Wise Man Pai Mei or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
He's going to be farting too.
Oh, God, I'm going to hold the bow and get that leverage and lift that leg up like I'm pole dancing.
So as you can tell, we've kind of considered what we're going to be like when we're older.
I go out with a bang is my thing, because that is I think it's consideration for other people as well.
Yeah.
It's not always me, and having this ego.
Which is what we deal with a lot of with your mom.
Right, because she does have narcissistic qualities.
Yes.
And that is sad because you can't find gratitude in things.
Right.
You can't have this lesson in life and say, thank you for letting me live another day, like what you said about Celeste.
Right. And I mean, it just, seeing how miserable she's making herself because she can't find beauty and joy. Not Celeste, your mom.
Right.
She can't find beauty and joy in things. I mean, we live on a beautiful piece of property with lakefront view, and just the weather has been great the last few days.
Can't get better than that.
And we were sitting out the other night having a fire, and the sunset was gorgeous. And as has happened many times before, your mom is in here screaming in the house.
Right.
About how her life sucks and it's everybody else's fault. And even the stuff she was watching on QVC, she's like, it's all about the young stuff. I can't look like that anymore. My gray hair and this and that. And I mean, she just spiraled out of control. And we have little gratitude cards. We have been trying over and over to try to get her to just find something beautiful.
So is this a good time to segue into the Rolling Rogans last week?
Okay, sure. Are we going to do the recap? Because
I thought we were going to do a recap.
okay. I mean, there wasn't that much.
We'll get back to it. Don't worry.
No, it's going to be a short.
Just hold on tight.
Yeah.
Put a finger around it. Whatever it is.
What?
Put a string around the finger.
Okay.
God, put a finger around it. I don't know. Don't know what that means.
So this is going to be a short recap because there really wasn't much. The biggest thing was what? We're going to say why she was so upset? Why she spiraled?
So, yeah, we'll be delicate about this because she's a delicate flower.
No, but she's not too delicate because I got yelled at about that.
Let's just say this. If you know anything about the villages, if you know what people do when they're older.
In the villages in the Florida.
If you know the loofah sponge code. No, I don't know where she fits on the loofah sponge code.
I think you're making it worse.
Okay,
no,
okay.
It's a very common.
Right, but it's a common thing that happens. It's the aftermath of when you are with other people.
It's an STD. It's very common STD.
Oh, I was trying to make it delicate.
Okay, well. What?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyways. She said that her and her boyfriend talk about everything. No, her and her boyfriend talk about everything. So we assumed that she had told him, and it's not that big a deal. You get on medication and it comes and goes. It's not that big a deal.
Yes.
But it needs to be told because he had an active flare-up. So,
well, if you have a weak immune system already, it's important.
Correct. So since she hadn't seemed to have told him, we filled in his.
Do the listeners and the viewers remember that she had these symptoms like before, and we're talking about her UTI, but we further investigated more that she was having uncomfortable stuff where her nanny hoo-hoo is.
Right. So we put this 2 and 2 together and had her tested and things like that. We felt it necessary.
And it came back.
And this was, yes. And it was very uncomfortable. Like, do we tell his kids? Do we get involved? Because these are adults.
This is where you're the parents.
And
this is like where your teen went off and didn't watch the health class where to stay protected or do things like that.
And I talked to my brother. He's like, this is with teenagers. You have to have these uncomfortable conversations. I'm like, but with kids, they don't know. Like, this is completely new to them.
Right.
But with your parents that are losing cognitive abilities, where do you draw that line? Like, it was so uncomfortable. And so I did finally reach out to his family and let them know that this was the issue. And then happened to be the day that we had dropped her off, that his kids called him to tell him she was there. And then this was what I was afraid of.
The timing was like,
I was afraid of.
I was at work as usual, because whenever I leave for work, that's not a caregiving job, landscaping job, I get a text from you.
All hell breaks
after
loose.
I get done, because all hell breaks loose apparently, and it's not your fault.
No, and no matter how we tell her, how many times we tell her, she just doesn't quite understand it, and she just got this icky feeling, and that she was poisoning him, and that they had to break up because his kids wanted him to break up. And I'm like,
she was spiraling
way out of control. And so she calls me, and she's like, "This is really delicate." And then they had called the caregiver that they hire.
Yes.
And they were going to have her help to get him to the doctor and all this other stuff. And so I called her to get her up to speed of like, hey, this is what you're walking into. And she's like, oh my gosh.
Because you get hit with a ton of bricks every day. You don't know what you're getting into.
And honestly, and this is what I actually have to pace myself, because with my health conditions, my own health conditions, these catastrophic reactions that your mom has, I have an adrenaline rush and then a dump. So within a couple of hours after getting her calmed down, doing everything I need to, staying calm, getting her, I control my emotions and her emotions. I have an adrenaline dump and I am out.
That stresses me out too, because I'm concerned about your health already.
Yeah. So this is a very delicate situation. So there's no way I would be able to do this by myself.
Right.
So we kind of
tag
team it. Yes.
I kind of absorb most of the morning.
Yes, you do.
Because it's like she needs a coffee buddy.
Yes.
And that's fine. I don't mind bonding with that, because those are the times that I can realize and recognize I'm with her.
Yeah.
And I haven't missed out on life.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting that quality time with her, and you're getting the baby boomer bean break.
That's right.
Which we'll do in a little bit. Which was
interesting things to come out of her.
Oh my God, it's so hilarious.
But anyways.
But I had to calm her down, tell her, and we actually told her at least 3 times now. Still, she's reeling about it for days and just making herself sick about this. And we had to tell him, and he still didn't quite understand either. And it's just completely uncomfortable situation. Apparently she did not tell him because she didn't understand the difference between a UTI and this.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, she's wondering why she can't kiss him, why she can't do things. And I'm like,
and then we have to get specific.
And not to mention that she's still healing from her eye surgery. And
that bought us time.
She was trying to negotiate with us. Yeah. And it's like, don't do it.
And this is moderate dementia. Like, we don't even have full diagnosis of which type of dementia it is. Like, we think it's Alzheimer's and vascular, but we don't know.
And honestly, I don't know like what kind, because we did have a neurologist in the past and we're not quite confident.
And in July, we've got a new neurologist that is specializing in this.
So it's a second opinion on a neurologist that's going to look at her.
And then we also have another service that will.
That's stressful too, because it's like, to confront her and say we're going to another doctor.
Well, last week she said, I'm going to go to all the doctors and do everything to make myself stronger. When her boyfriend comes back from...
Right, her boyfriend is leaving.
A snowbird, yep.
He's a snowbird. She's a sunbird. That's what she keeps saying. Although she did some really cool artwork with that.
Yeah, basically, she's been saying for the last couple of weeks that she's going to do all the doctors. Well, yesterday when I was showering her, because she was so upset that she's been crying and feeling weaker now, that she wanted me to be in the shower, which I'm super glad that she is asking for help instead of fighting us on a shower.
Right.
So that's good. But again, that's energy taking from me and my energy levels that I have to pace myself. And then we took them out on a double date last night.
Yes.
And
I liked my joke.
I know.
I really did. I don't know if they got it. But I like amusing myself because I had his walker.
Yes.
In the back of the Tesla, trying to figure out how to fit it. It was like Tetris a little bit.
Yeah, we got it.
The Model 3 is just quite a little shy
for this type of walker.
Fitting it for this walker. But it was all about the walker. And I said, you know what would be really cool? If you had a sticker on the walker that said Texas Ranger.
That's an older show.
And it'd be your walker, Texas Ranger.
Yes.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Anyways. But
I started laughing at myself.
I know,
I'm
you
sorry.
just entertain yourself, which I love.
That's funny.
But,
it's probably not funny for the rest of the world.
But this also, that date night, also brought up part of what we're talking about today with different views of death. Because we're seeing how your mom is viewing the aging process. And we're seeing how her boyfriend is like, my memory is...
It's a dynamic that's so different.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
He knows his memory's getting bad. He knows he's older. And he knows he's just like,
And
he splurged on the double scoop waffle cone. He was such a kid with the ice cream.
Yeah, after we got done with dinner, we stopped for ice cream.
Yes, it was like taking the kids for ice cream.
So, because we didn't do dessert at the restaurant.
Right.
I think we asked them. It's always, for my mom, it's always what her boyfriend wants.
This I found interesting. Because she was very quiet. Richard definitely smiled, said, I want ice cream.
Yes.
Which was adorable.
Yes.
So we're like heading there. And when your mom and I were sitting in the back seat, she leans over and she's like, I don't want ice cream. I want a cookie. I was like, you can get a cookie if you want. I'm like, parents becoming the children. But when we get there, she gets ice cream anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. But it was really adorable watching Richard order a waffle cone. Oh, and it was like they were generous there.
Yes.
Like if you ever pass through Silver Springs off of 40 in Florida and you stop at Mocha's.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
Very wonderful little
Shout
place.
out to Debbie and Paul and their daughter Ashley,
Yep.
Hunter, Erica. I'm sorry, I'm gonna forget a bunch of names, but great place. Local in the area, and they don't skimp on ice cream.
No.
I love their ice cream.
So Richard had a dilemma. Your mom was already at the table with her scoop of ice cream and like totally ditched him.
Yeah.
Because she's always got to be his caregiver. Well, the girl handed Richard his ice cream and he's like, okay, I got the ice cream cone and I got my walker. How do I get over to the table? And I'm like, well, mom's gone, so she's not helping. So
I know.
I grab it and I help him
mom
over.
is supposed to be the caregiver. Here, let me get your ice cream. Let me have you walk over.
But as soon as we were there, she just ditched her duties.
Nope. Yep.
And yeah, So it's been interesting, but it was just really cute because I haven't really spent that much time with him
Right.
to see that.
Right.
You've taken him to karaoke
I've
and
taken him to
stuff.
karaoke, and I encourage him a little bit. Like, like I buy him a drink.
Yeah.
That's just like, I'm not a bad person.
No.
I want them to be happy.
Right. And it's definitely, I think we need to make a whole episode about elderly parents with like boyfriends and dating and
Right.
other things. We'll have to definitely do that because we want them to be happy, but we also have to be very careful of certain things.
It depends. I mean, it just
Yeah.
depends on the person. This
Right.
is where we go from the mindset of where somebody is in their life. Like,
Right.
I'm ready. I did everything in my life. Every day is a gift and it's blessing. And whatever happens,
Right.
it's great.
I think that's most of the recap, right? Like
That is the recap. So we can go
We
back.
actually, it was a nice quiet week. We got to do our own things. We got to work around the property. It was actually nice. Like
We took
things are
down
kind
a
of
tree.
slowing down a little bit.
Together.
We don't have so many people running around. That part's still going strong, but your mom is definitely, her agitation has extremely elevated.
And she, before we finish that recap, yeah, like especially when you talked earlier about like how we had a nice fire going and mom was inside, her date night wasn't going the plan that she wanted to have.
Yeah. Thursday nights, they go to the community center where they have the music, but she wants to go to the date. She wants to dress up. Nobody dresses up anymore. So she's yelling about not being able to wear some of her clothes.
Right.
And then she says, well, it's too cold in there. I don't know why they have it so cold for old people.
But she wears like short shorts that are like.
Exactly. And then, well, nobody shows up. So why go? But then the caregiver worked Richard too hard. So he was too tired. So he didn't want to go. So her whole expectation of a date night and that she needs to be on a date completely got destroyed. And apparently that's what set her off.
I did. I think it's really because, well, one, she's not true to herself. This is where we can talk about lying.
All right. So we're going to transition into
to
being
lying.
true to ourselves and
so
lying.
hold that thought. Just we're going to put
Yeah.
some words out there.
Yeah.
Lying, we're going to get back to that.
Yeah.
But being not true to herself, she's making this story up in her head. And because what she is trying to convince herself is her boyfriend is making the decisions that it's up to them. They have to be the one, I want to go on this to a date.
Yeah.
Where even if her boyfriend wants to go there, she doesn't want to go willingly because she's not happy about it.
She'll either go unwillingly and then come back home being completely exhausted because she fought herself on it.
Right.
Or she'll redirect him.
Right.
Well, I've been trying to help her come up with new date ideas and stuff. And when I was helping her shower, she's like, well, whatever he wants. And I was like, well, how about we just plan on going to dinner and Joe and I will pick out where we're going to go. That calmed her down.
Yes.
So her planning skills are definitely going out the window, but she fights everything.
Right.
So, okay, so we're ending the recap there and we're going to go into that, how she's fighting herself. And this is not criticizing or judging her. This is observations and how we're looking at ourselves as reflections as well of how we want to age. And so obviously we don't want to age the way she is because she's fighting it tooth and nail every direction. She does not want gray hair. She's refusing. Her body hurts or something and she's refusing this and that.
I'm sorry, but the way she dresses, like, just kind of, I could see, like, oh my God. I mean, it's not just my mom. It's just like someone that kind of looks like, I don't know. She just like, yeah, her short shorts.
Oh, she's trying to dress like a teenager.
Come and fuck me. Like, I don't know. That's
no, and we pick our battles. We totally pick our battles.
I know, but it's like
like I said, that's going to be the whole episode of
hypersexuality
and what her focus in and dealing with that because that's a whole different episode.
That's another topic.
But
chasing her with a long sleeve all the time.
and this is, like I said, observation. It's not judgment or anything on her. We're observing her that she is leaning towards more of a teenage mentality. Yeah. She's at some kind of moderate middle stage of dementia.
To me,
she's not like full because
dwelling there is the good times.
Yeah. But so she's kind of really stuck in a crappy place. She's scared. She's confused of what's going on. But she's fighting it tooth and nail. And I remember in 2019, when we went out to visit her in California with her husband before he passed away, we asked, what are your plans? Like, do you want to be cremated? Do you have anything set up? Do you have wills set up? Both of them fought us massively.
Snapped at us.
Like, he closed himself in the room and said, "No, we're not gonna die. We
Yes.
don't wanna talk about this because this is too difficult." And
Right.
to me, that is the wrong approach.
You gotta have that talk.
You have to. Everybody dies. Like, you cannot avoid it. I know it's a difficult topic, but the stress that we had to deal with helping her, and I'm not saying just like you and I had to deal with, even her having to deal with it, not knowing what his wishes were and not being able to have those conversations of everything's set up. You don't have to stress about it. You can just grieve the person.
Right.
But your mom, I mean, she's fighting it every step of the way. She's refusing. And then there's some things that's cool, like you said, you're gonna fart, you're gonna be silly, you know. There's choices that we can make
Mm-hmm.
of fighting it versus just going with it. Her boyfriend's just going with it.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, there goes my memory again. I can't, whatever." And it was really cool to see him just kind of go with the flow. And I really admired that. And then back to what we were saying before, I had dinner with Celeste, our cousin that lives next door. And I asked her, I said, "What is it like right now? You're 81. You are getting closer to death. What are you feeling? Like, are you scared? Are you, I don't know. What is it?"
You know, when you say that, closer to death, I found a way that can work when you talk to people.
Hmm.
It's like, are you ready to leave this world?
Okay.
When you say something like that,
Yeah.
and this is not some PC bullshit stuff like that, this actually eases somebody to realize that I am not going to be here forever.
Hmm.
It's not like, hey, are you dying soon? You know? And
And
it's like, I know what you meant by that.
And I know I'm not the
Right.
most graceful with language
Right.
sometimes, but what the things that I remember from that conversation was that she's just happy when she wakes up in the morning. It's like, "Oh, I have another day to do something."
Gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, "Hey, I woke up again. I must be here for a reason." And she's very religious and has that faith, but
Which
at the
is
same
great to hover something spiritual for yourself.
but at the same time she says, "But I don't know for sure."
Really?
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly.
Wow.
Yeah. But she didn't seem scared. She's
No.
just like, "I've had a good life." So
That's
it's
beautiful.
yeah. And we've talked to our friends JC and Arthur. Arthur's what, 85, and he's like running 5
He's gonna
miles a
run
day.
like, yeah.
He wants to run the Boston Marathon
Yeah,
on
I
his
know.
90th
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
Like, but
Kudos to that guy.
yeah, I mean,
He's even shown me that if you drink milk, you can live that long. There's all this bullshit about like, tests and statistics and everything. It's like,
I think
just watch the person.
I think it's your body. It just depends on your body.
Well,
But
and that's true, but that's also motivation for yourself. Like how you say, like who you want to be in 20 years.
right. I'm glad that we have those examples, a wide variety of examples. I mean, I've got my parents, your dad. We have quite the group of elderly people around us. I don't know how that happened, but it's part of life. It's our part of aging. Yeah, just it breaks my heart to see how miserable your mom is making herself.
Yes.
And yes, some of that can be the dementia, but you also have been kind of racking your brain about, and you even had the conversation with her about when you were younger and what you're remembering of her.
Yes.
And you just saw a picture of when you guys were kids.
Right. Because when I see pictures of her, and as an adult now, I can maybe make sense of it. But as a kid, to me, I thought all moms do this or look like that. Because you're a kid, you don't know anything.
Right.
It's like the world is still new to you. People are teaching you. You have mentors.
Your parents are your examples.
Thankfully, I didn't follow in those footsteps.
We all have a choice.
We have a choice. That more realization that I see in the photos is, and this is not to put down my mom, but did she have some mental challenges?
Undiagnosed.
Learning challenges.
Yeah.
Because we don't know yet. We don't know because like she is now in the stage of dementia and Alzheimer's, that this is not like much of a change. So this could be
right. And
she was always this way because my dad was the one that took care of everything.
yeah.
She was the housewife, the caregiver to the kids.
We're struggling to find where the behavioral changes started because she was, like we said, a little narcissistic.
And I can recall her standing in the kitchen window, facing out, looking out the window, grabbing one of those rags, those ones that you buy at the grocery store, the washcloths with the white stripy zigzaggies.
Yep.
blue, pink, yellow, whatever you want. And she would just grab that thing and just strangle it and just drop the F bomb when I'm
Mhm.
a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and these are times when I encountered this when I was sick and I had to stay home from school.
Mhm.
And I would hear her arguing, yelling, just like I hear now.
But it's more
But
amplified now.
yeah,
Way more
it was
amplified.
pretty loud. I mean, like, I'd come down in the kitchen. I wouldn't confront her. I would just kind of
Yeah.
peek around the corner.
See if she's okay and
Yeah, and that's it.
as a kid,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it had to do, like, I mean, her mom unfortunately influenced her.
Yeah.
So that's just something that she couldn't escape.
Well, and that's part of the difficulty of this middle, early stages,
Mhm.
because you're piecing together things.
Right.
As you become an adult, you're starting to piece together history and things that your parents never told you
Yeah.
or never exposed you to.
But that realization when you're talking about this is my dad gave me a trinket that was from a family vacation we went
Yeah.
on. It's one of those viewers that you look through. The
Viewfinders.
effort of looking through a viewfinder, squinting your eye at a photo, and you could just have a photo. But I mean,
It was a
it
keychain.
goes on a
Yeah,
keychain, so
yeah.
you can have it all how you want. That's back then. But when I looked at it, I'm looking at a photo of my mom, and she has like this blank stare, like
Mhm.
she's not there.
Going from childhood to adulthood, you're seeing your parents in a different viewpoint
Yes.
and a different perspective.
Yes.
And now being as her caregiver, we don't know what is previous behavior versus
Right.
dementia behavior.
And that's hard to treat. That's hard
Yeah.
to navigate because, like, if she's always like this, then
right.
either way, it's still
Either way, we have to take care of her.
But it's
She
like
can't manage her finances. She is having memory issues.
she used to be able to write in her checkbook and write
Yeah,
bills
she used to be able to
and
do that.
things like
So we
that.
are
I mean,
seeing obvious signs of dementia.
there's, I mean, if you want to talk about her cognitive ability, she did have a cool job when she worked back then for Wrigley or Revlon, one of those two
Yeah.
companies. But she worked on the punch card system.
Hmm.
I mean, we're talking about early computer data,
Mhm.
O's and ones that you punch out.
So I don't think there was complete cognitive or
No.
mental challenges of learning
Just trying to
disabilities.
piece all this
Yeah.
together.
So-
So, yeah.
And that's difficult. We've actually had this discussion of like, how did you come out of that experience, not taking all of
Correct.
that in?
Correct. And
I mean,
so,
your dad was definitely a very good influence.
well, yes, I
So-
love my dad is like one of my heroes.
Yeah.
Really is. Like that's just there's no doubt about it.
Mhm.
He's somebody that I look up to. He's a role model for me because I learned a lot about being in other people's shoes and not getting so hot-headed and understanding.
we call that the theory of rogantivity.
Theory of rogantivity. That's right. Also, that he was a VP in his company,
Mhm.
and he chose not to get the room with the door closed, like with the corner office or whatever, and he chose to get a cubicle that was out with his team. That's humble.
Right.
That's awesome because he's in the trenches working. It's not like you have to report to me, all these things. He can be a boss.
Yes.
The control is amazing.
Right.
This is kind of like what is a role model.
So putting yourself in other people's shoes, honesty, things like that, those instilled values really came from your dad.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Harmonious, figuring it out.
Well, at the very beginning, we were talking about preparing for death and
Lying. We are talking about lying now.
that does contribute to this because that was
Right.
part of the cognition.
Why don't we just take a break and listen to the wise words of wisdom from my mom?
Welcome to Baby Boomer Bean Break. Brought to you by Cafe de Rogan, where drinking coffee is better than murder.
Well, get out there in the fields and plant. That's what I say. Go back to nature, people. Get off your lazy butts, get away from the screens so much, and go outdoors, like our forefathers did. Instead of going to the store to buy a turkey for Thanksgiving, catch a wild one. And then get the grandchildren off the screens and the phones, too. They need to go out like we did and throw stones in the brook and catch frogs and turtles and climb trees like in good old days. It's good for your health, it's good for your body, it's good for your appetite, it's good for your system, and it helps you poop.
Yes.
Okay, I think we are back. But let's talk about the lying because you showed me a really cool
Yeah.
video. And I think we want to share that video with them,
Yeah.
with our viewers and our listeners. Thanks for tuning in.
This is from a caregiver expert that I'm following on Instagram, Neil K. Shah, I believe is how you pronounce it. And this is talking about some research on how telling lies can shorten your life. And this was kind of like an aha when we started putting pieces together with your mom.
It's very,
Yeah.
it could make sense.
Yeah. All right.
Researchers spent years tracking what happens to the brain of somebody who lies regularly. The results were really alarming, and the reason goes much deeper than you'd expect. Follow along because neuroscience of this is genuinely fascinating. Here's what researchers at UCL and Duke found. Every time you tell a lie, your brain's amygdala, the region that's tied to emotion and moral judgment, fires a signal of discomfort. That discomfort is the biological cost of dishonesty. Your brain is registering that something just isn't right. But here's the really dangerous part. Each time that you lie, the amygdala response gets measurably smaller, like your brain adapts and it desensitizes. So smaller lies become bigger lies, not because of a moral failure, but because of literally a neurological change. I think that slippery slope of dishonesty, that just isn't a metaphor. It's a measurable brain process that was published in Nature Neuroscience, and the longer-term health costs are real. Habitual dishonesty is associated with elevated cortisol levels, higher blood pressure, disrupted sleep, and depletion of the prefrontal cortex, the brain region that handles decision-making, impulse control, and the executive function, the same region that deteriorates in early stages of cognitive decline. There's also a direct relationship with the thing that matters the most for longevity. The 88-year Harvard happiness study found that the quality of close bonds in someone's life is the single greatest predictor of long-term brain health and lifespan. So chronic dishonesty, even small daily deceptions, corrodes the trust that makes these deep relationships possible. The brain that lies regularly is the brain that is under constant low-grade stress, depleting the exact resources it needs to stay sharp. Honesty just isn't just a virtue. I think it's a brain health strategy.
So there's multiple things. One, I love science, so I love the amygdala and the cortex and all those cool scientific.
Oblongata.
I love all those words. But two things that we've observed with your mom is she has not been true to herself.
Right.
She's been fighting herself her entire life, not allowing herself to feel the things. She's always doing what people tell her to or what she thinks that people are expecting of her.
Story that she is telling
Yeah.
that she hasn't even confronted or talked to somebody about.
Right.
There's a different story that's going on in her head because like she's not speaking up.
And you've noticed this before, the dementia side of it too.
Yeah.
So what I'm pointing out here is I feel like she is the perfect example of how lying to yourself and to others has deteriorated her. Her blood pressure is super high. She's got her dystonia tremors. She literally yells and fights
Frontal
her
cortex
yes.
is proof of that.
Yeah, the frontal cortex, that's where her behavioral challenges are coming from with the dementia side. But she has built this, and now she's fighting what she's created. And that's a scientific proof of creating that.
Yes.
And then also there was another thing is the biggest things for longevity is relationships. And I feel like that she has tried to hold on to the relationship so tightly that it's broken things.
Right.
And so, and then the point, this is not judgment of her. This is observation of like, we're still young enough. We've already made those choices before, but if you're listening, you're still young enough to make those choices, to make those changes. But seeing how she has fought herself and fought those lies and that discomfort through her entire life has now shown deterioration.
It's true. It's what you put in is what you get. And each person's path in life is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
But you
and
can
I'm not
choose
saying
that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's all of the reasons why she has health issues and
No.
stuff. There's definitely
A
other
lot of
things.
sweet and low in her coffee her whole life.
Yeah,
If
there's
you wanna
other
go
there's
down,
environmental
you know,
triggers that go.
If you want to go down the health path,
there's
that
environmental
was my
triggers.
terrible impression of
Oh,
Robert Kennedy.
That
Jr.
was your Robert F. Kennedy
Yes.
Jr.
It was.
Oh Jesus! No.
Actually, it's funny when you see him on BNN, the baby news,
Yes, I
and
like
he's
those.
a baby and he talks like that. It's
That's
like,
cute.
and then That doesn't. I'm just making fun of. I'm not making. Okay, I am making fun of that voice, but it's funny. I don't have any kind of like pull of which way I care.
No.
It's just that iconic sound.
Yeah. You and I have chosen. I mean, I don't know if we consciously chose. We're just tend to be honest. You and I have had communication that we tell each other everything, literally everything.
It's tough. It really is.
And
even
we don't
even
hide things,
personal things, especially with
fears or
even our intimacy,
Mhm.
like the things that you're going through with your health,
Mhm.
the past endometriosis stuff. It's a struggle.
Even fantasies that we've wanted.
Yes.
You and I talk about everything, and I don't think we judge each other. We don't get mad at each other.
They're just natural
Yeah.
human feelings. It's basically
We don't feel shame.
because that's the key. The word is shame. I think when you lie and you feel guilty about it and you shame yourself,
There you go.
that's where that emotion that you feel,
hmm
which is not always true for every situation that you could lie about.
Right.
Because there are good lies and there's bad lies. We hear about that.
Right. So, like, we have to do therapeutic lying to your mom.
Right.
We don't have to do as much. It
Right.
probably will get worse, but the therapeutic lying is basically living in her reality.
Mhm.
So not trying to correct her all the time because that just makes her upset. That's very common for dementia.
Yeah, I would take it a step further. My observation from hearing that video is like the lying triggers the chain reaction of shame. And that shame feeling that you would get overall, you can feel it in your body.
That turns into regret.
It turns into regret.
That brings us back around to the preparing for death, if you will.
Right.
Because I think your mom, and we've talked about it with your mom, is that she has a lot of regrets.
I wish I traveled more. I wish I saw my mom more.
I wish I did this and that.
My dad actually was willing to put her on a plane. There was no financial problems or anything. Give her a ticket, and she could go fly out and see her parents.
But fear kept her from doing a lot of things.
Right. I wish I met this boyfriend before she met my dad. That's a little weird. But these are different things. Like things didn't go well in her relationship.
She's got a lot of regrets. And then going back to my conversation with Celeste, Celeste doesn't really have as many regrets. Like I think there might be a couple, but not much. And you and I, like if we die tomorrow, we're okay with it. I mean, I'd like to get our book done, but
that would be great.
That's the only thing that there's other things we're looking forward to, but if we don't get to them, we've lived a cool life.
We did our best. It's not like we had made excuses to hold us back on doing something.
Yeah.
Like we are going to go, and then we'll put it on here because that's how you kind of manifest it is I really want to go to Okinawa for our 50th birthday.
Yeah. A year and a half away.
A year and a half away. Now, if I say that, that means like, cool, we're going to do it. But if it doesn't happen, at least I tried. That was something that I'm pushing towards. I'm not going to make an excuse like, well, the timing's bad. This is all like, no, I'm going to pack my bags, put things in order, make sure my cat is taken care of.
There's always a solution. You and I have figured out there's always a solution.
Right.
And from your mom's perspective, it's always a failure.
Right.
And so mindset is definitely huge. But I'm going to go back to the regret is just a huge message to people is don't have regrets.
I think that's the best brownie points to have where you can have no regrets when you leave this world.
Or as little as possible, because I feel like the aging process and the dying process.
The cosmic brownie.
Oh dear. Focus.
Looking out
Focus.
Cosmic.
Focus.
Universe. Brownies. I love them. Sorry. I can't eat them anymore, but yeah, I could. But...
Focus.
Okay.
I was very serious.
So sorry.
Totally
so I do that a lot. I fuck that up.
But that's why
I even pissed my AI off doing that. You were so sincere. Why the fuck did you say that? Like what? Like really? I get that a lot. Okay. Go ahead.
You totally killed it now because I don't remember what I was saying. Regrets and choices, and yeah, you killed it.
I have no regrets.
Not one?
Not one.
Not one letter?
No, you know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Movie quote.
Deviated my septum, you know what I'm saying?
If you're listening still, thank you for staying with us.
Yes. Well, let's say we want to end it on a positive note because maybe some people are listening to it and like, oh my God, I'm not doing what I want to do.
I'm saying I
Screw
don't.
that. I'm leaving my family right now, and I'm going to do whatever I want. No.
No, you and I have set up our lifestyles. I mean, we've gone through van life, which taught us a lot.
Yeah.
We've learned to go with the flow. I did not expect to be doing this right now with caregiving
No.
and having this property or any
No.
of this. We stay curious
Yes.
and we just see everything as an adventure, which for me, we'll end with this part because we talked about your progression of your life. But for me, almost my entire life, I've been in pain. And I was suicidal right around when we got married over 25 years ago. I didn't think I'd be alive this long. I didn't want to be alive because the pain and just the challenges with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Once you believed in me and that I could get better, and I found the treatments that helped me improve drastically until this most recent flare up. But I was able to find joy again in life. And I wasn't depressed as much. And even though I'm still dealing with the pain and it's still a challenge, I was able to find tools to help me through that. Gratitude was one of the biggest things. I'm able to find something always, no matter what situation, no matter how dire, how horrible the situation is, I've always found something positive coming out of it.
And that's not toxic positivity.
I've had to retrain my brain to do that. I wish I could help your mom do that, but
you really can in this stage of life.
At this point,
because when a person gets to this level, they're not going to get better. So it's just navigating and helping them.
I never want to give up on a person, but dementia, it breaks my heart with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think also it helps too if you say your piece.
Yeah.
And you're able to continue and get back up and do it.
As we're taking care of your mom, it's been making me think about my own long-term care.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, do I want to get long-term care insurance? Am I even eligible because I have pre-existing conditions?
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to ask these questions because I don't want to leave you in a bad position.
Right. And you can also see that with your family and their situation, like the difference between your dad and his brother and his family.
Right.
That's actually looking forward.
Right.
And it's important to look forward.
Right. And I think a lot of people just go through, especially the early and middle ages, that you think you're invincible.
Right.
And a lot more people, I mean, cancers, I mean, there's so many illnesses that are so rampant right now that we have no idea when we're going to be done. That's why we have these conversations, is because we need to have more of these conversations. Everybody does, to plan ahead.
Microcosm, macrocosm, that's what your cells do. Your cells learn everything around the surrounding, and then the next cells they produce to improve that. That's what we should be doing by looking ahead 5, 10, 20 years.
And sharing stories with each other.
Yes.
And learning experiences. Yes. And everybody is different, but we can take from all those stories and figure out, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. You even suggested at this point for me to look into getting disability payments.
No shame in that.
No. And I remember back when I was diagnosed with bipolar that I was going to try to be eligible for disability. And I had a really good friend, Anne-Marie, but way back when, not my current Anne-Marie friend.
Oh, wow. That takes me back.
She told me don't get on disability because I would have gotten too comfortable.
You would get comfortable and you wouldn't want to excel out of that income bracket.
And at that moment, that was the best advice, because I have pushed myself and I have been able to achieve a lot of amazing things. At this point, I'm looking at long-term care. I'm looking at, I don't want to leave you in a bad position financially and physically to completely drain you and basically sacrifice your life. I don't want you to sacrifice your life for me on that. You've already done a lot. So you already saved my life like, I don't know how many times. Lost count, honestly. But I'm actually now considering that stuff. I'm only 48. But I'm already thinking about that because of my life experiences and how that's changed us. We kind of got an early vision of all that type of thing.
But that's really good that you're observing that and looking ahead. you can't prepare for everything, but to just get an idea
Mhm.
and make step towards it. And if you think you know everything, then you're going to just be disappointed.
Right.
Because you have no idea. Like you said, we had no idea we'd be on this property with a lake view, and we can do our things while
Right.
we're taking care of my mom.
Right. But I'm also starting to realize I guess your mom kind of taught me this too, is for how long that she's been fighting herself and fighting her body and fighting her emotions, that she's, get to the point of deterioration. I'm not fighting my body, but my body's fighting me.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, I don't want to put this out there, but I'm pretty sure my life expectancy is going to be shorter than most.
Okay.
And just because the way this progression of the mast cell activation and my diseases. So
right. But you're basically even what we were talking about with my mom and Dale was in California when we asked them about their plans,
their wishes. Yeah.
their wishes.
I want to
Like, I'm never gonna die.
No, I know I'm gonna die. I'm actually,
we're all gonna die.
I'm actually on bonus time. Like I said, I didn't think I was gonna be alive this long.
Folks,
so this is
we're all
time.
gonna die. Just realize that. There's nothing you can do. It's what you can do in the time that you're allotted here.
Yes.
And,
so I want to prepare so that you're taken care of. I do have a life insurance policy. It'll probably just cover my funeral or whatever, but
well, that's important in itself.
Yeah. But it really kind of hit me this week about looking into that stuff more seriously. I don't know if the disability will work, but
well, you've tried so hard with even working like remote jobs or
my other jobs.
And you've done phenomenal things for these companies, bringing them into million revenue,
worldwide multi-million-dollar company.
Amazing. But the stress and the results of that has really taken a toll on you.
Yeah.
But you made the effort. It's not like you're just sitting back and say, give me my paycheck.
No,
like,
and I still.
Unfortunately, there are people out there that do get that.
But we're not going into that part.
No.
It's my choice for my.
But also, like, let's say you exceed that
disability allowance.
The disability allowance. That is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because that means you're doing real well.
When our book is done and we have millions of sales,
right?
And, okay, I won't need disability anymore.
No, and I think.
But at this point, it's kind of like the backup plan, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like it's like settling or anything like that.
It is not settling.
It's being smart.
Well,
and it's like you said, it's not for lack of wanting to do work. It's the realization of the limitations of my body now. So, but no. I'm just seeing around all these elderly people and just the different perspectives and the different health issues that everybody has. And I mean, I have to find somebody that has mast cell activation or the hypermobility and fibromyalgia, and somebody that's older than me. I want to see what they look like.
Yeah.
I want to see what they're doing to take care of themselves in those older ages.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, because I don't have any examples right now of somebody with my situation. So
you got to find that person.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're listening.
I just got deep.
Hopefully they're listening.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have wisdom to tell us.
Yeah. Yeah. These philosophical conversations. I mean,
teach one.
This is what we talk about often, and we're just recording it now for our own conversations. So, like 20 years from now, we come back and listen to this, and we're like,
"Hey, it's part of the journey. I'm having fun."
Yeah, and that to me is the art of aging. It's just learning and curiosity and adventure, and not fighting it, not having regrets.
No regrets. Not even just one. Regrets lead to the shame that you didn't do what you wanted to do, that you could have done better.
We only have one life.
So do something about it. Make your bed before you do anything else.
Okay,
that's how you get started.
All right, I'm shaming myself because I didn't make my bed this morning.
Well, go make it after this podcast. Go make it, and then we can continue and sally forth.
Sally forth?
Sally forth.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. This, I think, was a great conversation.
Yeah, and we're getting serious, but of course we laugh through it all because that's Art of Aging too.
And we had a little cat filter in the beginning.
Yeah, so if you're watching on YouTube, he kind of came in and out.
Yes.
he demands a lot of attention.
Oh, yes. Yes, he's my big baby.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in, guys. We look forward to getting back to you next week with our adventures, because we are the Rolling Rogans, and this is the Art of Aging.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Rolling Rogans family.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and share right now.
Before you forget,
Let's keep rolling together.